Stop recording. Stop recording. Button.
Good Friday, almost afternoon. It is I'm here to give you your video. It's been kind of a crazy day. Yeah, my roommate's in labor, so we're all getting ready for baby to come. So that's that. Anywho, yeah, people are driving me nuts. But anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, we're here to talk about Martian Manhunter. So tell me, how many of you know who he is? I will be honest with you, I had no idea who Martian Manhunter was until I watched J-Onn. I had no idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched J-Onn actually kind of late because when I was growing up, my parents didn't like us watching TV because I don't know, they just didn't like it. So I watched J-Onn actually in 2011. So that's when I found out who Martian Manhunter is, or as people know him as Jon Jones. I didn't know about his comics. I don't really know too much about his comics. I do know a lot about the Martian Manhunter from J-Onn. I will say I do know that he is a detective, though, in his comics. He works in the police force. I know it's kind of kind of awkward, but it is what he does. In J-Onn, he's a monitor on the Watchtower, and in Supergirl, he's the director of the DEO. So, and those two, I'm telling you, Jon from J-Onn, the animated series, and from Supergirl have two definitely distinct different personalities. The one from Supergirl is a lot more lighthearted, and the one from the animated series is I love him though. I do love him. I'm not gonna lie. He reminds me of one of those old, wise men, those tribal elders. So. Now, depending on what continuity you go with, yeah, I feel sorry for Jon. If you want to go with the Supergirl continuity, the White Martians came and they basically enslaved the Green Martians and put them in internment camps. I swear when David Harewood was doing that scene, I was about to cry. Anyway, and they were burning the Green Martians alive because Martians, which in all continuities, Martians don't like fire. Their biggest weakness in fear is fire. So, yeah. Anywho, so he escaped after seeing his wife and 2 daughters burned. And the J-Onn, the animated series, to make it a little more kid-friendly. It wasn't the White Martians, I forgot who it was. Some people, I guess some other alien race came in and infiltrated, and I think they were called the Imperia or something like that. I can't remember, don't quote me, I'm sorry. But, yeah. I think the one from Supergirl was a lot more they're both heartbreaking, but at least in Supergirl, Jon has his father. In the animated series, he is legit the last son of Mars. There is no more Martians. He is by himself. Jon is a shapeshifter, which I think is kind of cool. I've always wanted those kind of powers. And not only can he shapeshift, he retains your mannerisms, your memories, everything about you. So basically, he could be a spy. If he wanted to, he can be a spy. So, and that's one thing he has over the Kryptonians. The Kryptonians, they can just mimic your voice. Jon can mimic everything about you. So, you never know if you're talking to a Martian, y'all. All Martians can shapeshift. He also has the power of telepathy. He's actually the greatest telepath in the DC universe. Trying to think here. I don't know if he found love on Supergirl, but I know he found a wife in the animated series, which I really will hope they do a JR reunion because you don't really know much about her. You just see her like toward the end. That's all you know. So that's that. He also can do telekinesis, which I think is kind of boss. He's an empath, and if you don't know what the word empath means, go find a dictionary. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you guys should know what the word empath means. I think we've talked about that in one of my earlier videos, being an empath. So, and he's medically and scientifically advanced because apparently Mars is like years ahead of our technology and stuff. At least it was before it went bye-bye. I like J-Onn. I'm not gonna. I think he's quite underrated in my opinion. I don't think he gets enough attention. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Superman, but I think J-Onn, especially in the animated series, he's one of the co-founders of the Justice League, and I don't think he gets a lot of love. That's just my opinion, and I'm allowed to say that because it's my opinion. I wish he would get more love. I mean, there probably are fans out there. I just don't see. I mean, you mostly hear about the Trinity, and I don't think J-Onn gets a lot of love and attention. He has a very sad past, and I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's my second favorite DC hero. Superman obviously being the first. And that's male heroes, by the way. Wonder Woman was my first female hero, and Hawkgirl's my second female hero. You would think it'd be Supergirl, but she's my third. No offense to any Supergirl lovers. I do love Kara, don't get me wrong, but Hawkgirl just has that. Hawkgirl's Hawkgirl. That's a video for another time, though. Anyway, back to J-Onn. I don't think he gets a lot of attention. So, I was actually quite surprised when I saw Supergirl and I saw Martian Manhunter. That kind of made me very giddy. And yeah. So I like his character development in the animated series. Because at first he's kind of closed off and doesn't trust anybody, but in the end he values them as a family. Actually, when the Justice League broke up for temporary reasons because they were fighting, he told them basically, you invited me into your, you basically took me in like a family, and what's the point of a family if it, just devalues the individual. And then before he left, because he was the first one to leave, he said, I survived the loss of one family, I will survive the loss of this one. I was like, no, don't go away. But he came back, so yay. Anywho, someone's in my house. Anyway, so yeah, that's my interpretation and opinions on J-Onn and why I like him. And I think he's just an all-around good character. I think people should get to know him, and I'm glad DC brought him back into the comics. So hopefully people get to know him. He's like me. I'm kind of like J-Onn. When I first meet people, I'm actually quite standoffish myself. People call me cold. I guess that's why I can relate to him. I'm not like Superman. I'm not like, hi there in your face, saying hello. I'm more to sit in the background. I'll watch you, and if I like you, I like you. If I don't, then I don't. There really is no middle ground. So that's one thing me and him have in common. So, I mean, that's the one from the JL, not the one from Supergirl. The one from Supergirl seems a little bit more lighthearted, but I guess you can do that with comics, but he's a little more lighthearted than the one from the animated series. Both do a good job. I'm not dissing on one or the other. They both, Carl and David, do a very good job. And ironically, it was kind of funny to see them work together, so I was like, two for the price of one. What more could a girl ask for, right? So, yeah. Like I said, I think he's not. Yes?
You don't have your video?
Not yet. Why? Do you need me for something?
No, I was just letting you know that the way he's making the news.
Oh, boss level. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna go have lunch, because I didn't have lunch. I decided to do this video. I was gonna do it after lunch, but I was like, I might get tired and lay down and whatever. So, you all take care. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow we will chat tomorrow about, I don't know, something random. I should. So, yep. Talking to you later. Blessed be to all, and to all a good day.
Stop recording.